So how can you still dropship and still have fast and acceptable delivery times? Well, let me show you exactly how you can do it. What's poppin', people? It's your boy, the Beast of Ecom, and I am back with another video dropping nothing but you already know, value bombs. So in today's video, what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how you can still do dropshipping and have fast and acceptable delivery times, especially in this quarantine period. In every single Facebook group, people are asking the exact same questions. Can I still test products using AliExpress? What are the fastest and best shipping lines to use as of right now? Can I still use ePacket to ship my products to my customers? And are there any US alternatives? So in this video, hopefully I'm going to answer all of those questions and help give you some solutions to your problems, especially if you are dropshipping right now. But before I move on to giving you all of this good and great information, if you could just do one thing for me, that would be drop a like on this video. It helps the algorithm, it helps the video grow, getting it out to as many people as possible. And of course, make sure you drop a comment down below, helps out the algorithm, and I am going through and answering as many questions as I possibly can. So if you want a question answered, make sure you drop it down below and drop a like on this video. Okay, so let's jump straight into this video, and I'm going to cover absolutely everything as possible. What shipping lines to use, can you still test with AliExpress, how we're still getting fast shipping times, what lines to use, pretty much everything in this video. So make sure, of course, you watch all the way to the end, and it'll show you how you can still do drop shipping with fast delivery during quarantine. Okay, so let's jump straight into things. And of course, every single time I jump into Facebook, all I'm seeing is these questions. How can I get faster shipping? What's the best option from AliExpress to USA now? I'm getting refunds, PayPal disputes, etc. Okay, so let me just show you guys and give you as much help as I possibly can in this video. Okay, now to show you some of the tracking that we've been getting and some of the delivery times, you can see here, this is 7 days in January, February, in March. Okay, 7 days in March. We've got 11 days again in March. We've got 11 days in last month, so in May, and we've got again another one in March. You can see here 11 days. So most of the time our stuff is arriving within around about 8 to 10 days. Most of the time it's around about 10 to 14 days, which is within 2 weeks time, which is good. Okay, so let me show you now what lines you can potentially be using, okay, or what you should be asking your agent or supplier for to be using. Okay, now this is only to these top 4 countries. Again, there are other countries that you can sell to, but I'm just going to give you some of these top 4. Okay, now USA, if you're selling to the USA, again, be wary now because of what is happening as of now. There's a lot of rioting happening, okay, and of course the trade war between the USA and China is increasing. Okay, so the shipping times from China to the States has increased. However, if you are going to use those lines, then I suggest using UnExpress or UPS Fastline. Now with those, you're generally going to get a delivery time frame of around about 15 to 25 days, probably more at the top end of 25 days to 30 days if I'm being perfectly honest. Okay, now again, UnExpress is expensive, okay, and there were products that I had to personally cut, okay, because the shipping price was just too expensive, and the margins just weren't there, so I had to cut out selling to the States. As of right now, the UK is good. There are other European countries out there that may still be good, as the such as France. I know my agent actually ships to France as well, but I don't sell or target to France. But there are some other countries that are now opening back up that you can sell to with decent times. The UK for me, of course, is great at the moment in time, as you can see what the delivery times we're getting over the past few months, and are using UnExpress or Royal Mail Fastline. Those ones that I showed you were Royal Mail Fastline, okay, using Royal Mail service. And generally, like I said, we're getting stuff in, on average, 17 to 14 days, but it's generally around the 10 to 14 days time frame. UnExpress is a little bit more expensive than Royal Mail, but again, I'm just finding that we're getting still great delivery times using Royal Mail, okay, to the UK. Now, if you're going to do to Canada, at the moment in time, Canada is not the greatest to sell to, okay? It's very slow due to what's happening right now. And typically, if you are going to go with Canada, then I'll be looking at using Canada Post, the fast line. However, you're still going to get delivery times of around about 25 to 30 plus days, okay? Because of what is happening right now, okay? Then you've got Australia. Again, I don't personally sell to Australia as of now. I do anyway, but as of right now, because of the whole situation and stuff, I'm not. But US, Australia, Post, fast line, and typically you're going to be looking at 15 to 20 plus days, okay? So again, like I've mentioned, there are other countries that you can use, but again, you want to make sure that you know which shipping lines you can use, or at least go out to your supplier on AliExpress or the agent that you're using and say, hey, do you have these lines? You know, are they working, etc., and those kind of things. And it will vary on your agent and what they have access to, and also which countries you're selling the product to as well. So that's going to vary, but for me, this is generally what we're seeing and working with. Okay, now one thing I want to say is you have to make the decision on whether or not you want to pay more for faster shipping or you're willing to accept slow shipping times. Unfortunately, you can't have your cake and eat it, right? So you have to make a decision on whether or not you want to pay more expensive costs and factor that into the product cost, either by passing it on to the customer, by increasing your price of the product, or you know, you might want to keep the product price the same, but then add in an extra cost of shipping. But bearing in mind, that will of course decrease your conversion rate. Or if on the flip side, you just nonchalant about absolutely everything and just want to accept the slower shipping times, then what I recommend you do, which I'll talk about some tips later on in this video, but you just got to accept the slower shipping times and make sure you make the customer aware of what is happening. That's basically how you're going to have to juggle things and make the decisions, right? Now, moving on, let me give you some other options if you want to find some local, let's say, for example, you want to find, I'll give you an option for a local option that you can use. And also, you know, if you want to get faster shipping using another option, right? So one thing you can use is eBay, right? Now, with eBay, of course, this is something that I've done before previously when I was selling a product, right? With eBay, a lot of the times these guys are like wholesalers, whereby they'll buy a product in bulk, similar to like Amazon FBA, but not in the kind of like the same way. But they buy the product in bulk from China, they then warehouse it and sell it on their eBay stores, right? Now, if you want to look for local people, of course, I'm on the .co.uk. This is all in pounds. But if you scroll down on your left-hand side, you can see something that says UK only. And this is obviously going to be people who are selling from the UK or ship from the UK, right? So these guys will have a warehouse based in the UK. And if you have a look at the prices, right, they aren't that expensive. As long as we can still kind of, get in at least, 3x the product margin, 3x the product price, then we know that we can make some money there. Like this one here is, £4, and we could sell this at like £15, etc. Right? So that's one thing that you can do. Now, to reach out to these people, what I generally do is just send out a message, and I've done this recently. You can see here, hey, I run a lot of dropshipping websites in the UK, looking for a UK supplier of this product. Are you able to offer a dropshipping service? I can give you daily orders and provide, as long as you can provide fast delivery. Would this be possible? Now, they got back to me and said, hello, dear buyer. I instantly knew that is someone from China, right? I don't know why they do this, but they always say hello, dear. So I had to do some more digging. But they said, hello, dear. All of our orders are issued on the same day. So processing is very timely. Do you want to buy a lot of this product? If so, please tell me in advance. They will need to add inventory in advance. I said, hey, I see that you're based in China. Do you have a warehouse in the UK? Are products shipped from the, I wanted to find out if they're shipped from their UK warehouse, or are they being drop shipped from China and they're trying to pull the wool over my eyes. And they replied back saying, dear buyer, we have a warehouse in the UK. All of our items are sent out from the British warehouse. Contact me, etc, etc. Now, to do this, of course, if you wanted to use eBay, you could either just order on a one-by-one basis. It's not ideal for scale. Or you could use Dropified because I believe that they actually integrate eBay, pulling products from eBay as well, right? So that's one option that you've got. Another option is, of course, a very well-known one, which is CJ Dropshipping, okay? And they have something called CJ Packet, and they have got a US warehouse. Now, if I have a look at a product here, for example, this product here, which was a winning product for quite a few people actually. We can see here it's that washing machine float hair catcher thing. And if we have a look, we can see that the price of the product is only 70 cents if you wanted to buy just one. And it gives you some shipping options here. Now with this, of course, we've got loads of different shipping options here. And these, if you are subscribed to CJ Dropshipping emails, they email pretty much it's been on every few days with increases or decreases of all of these prices. You can see CJ Packet here is not that expensive and it says 5 to 15 days. Now, is it going to arrive in 5 days? No, I don't reckon it's going to order in 5 days. It's going to be more on the upper end of the mark. And of course, you can see we've got DHL here and we've got all of the different other ones here as well. UPS, like I've mentioned, we've got some other ones as well, right? So you can go down and find out and see if they make sense for you to use. But with these numbers, okay, always taking to consideration the higher number rather than the lower number, because 9 times out of 10, it's not going to arrive in 3 days or 5 days, right? But if you actually have a look at this one, if you just wanted to use CJ Packet, the actual cost of this product is going to be around about either $5 to $9, okay, which depending on the shipping price and those kind of things, it may be workable for yourself. And that's one thing I want to stress, is that you have to make sure that it's workable for yourself and that you have margins in there to still be able to scale and make money. Now, also with CJ Dropshipping, they do have a US warehouse. And if you click on here, you can click on US warehouse like I did. But to be honest, a lot of these products are naff. You can't really dropship most of them. And if they are, you can see that some of the, where is it? I clicked on this knife here. They just don't make sense. Yes, it will arrive in 2 to 5 days, but however, it is pretty expensive. And if you have a look at the total cost for the product, is $64 to $109, which doesn't make any sense. And you're just not going to make any, you can't sell that. You're just not going to make any money on it, right? So that is an option that you can use, right? Now, moving forward, I want to give you some tips to consider before I actually wrap up this video. But these are very important. Now, one thing you want to mention is that scale back selling in countries where things are an issue for you right now. And I had to do this when selling a current product as of right now. We were scaling in the US, but the US at the moment in time, the price for Unit Express just kept increasing. And unfortunately, we didn't have enough margin to be able to make the product profitable. So I had to cut off the US ads because it didn't make sense and we were losing money, right? If that's the case, do it, right? It doesn't make sense to just keep selling even though there's no margin in that's inside of it. Now, if you opt for slower shipping, make the changes on your store, website, shipping pages, Q&As, and emails, right? Just saying there, stuff like we may be experiencing some shipping delays, etc., those kind of things, but make sure they are in there. Now, if you can, another thing that you can do is offer a faster shipping option. This is kind of like the best of both worlds, whereby you can offer a faster shipping option for customers at the checkout. Now, to give you an example of what I kind of mean there without illustrating it, but you can see here, I've just gone onto this website, but on your shipping methods, you could have, let's say, for example, this one is free tracking shipping, and you could put in there, say, X days to X days, but then you could, of course, put another shipping option in there, which costs, whatever it may be, an extra $5, an extra $8, and that could be the fast-tracked quarantine shipping express or something along those lines, and you will have an uptake of people actually purchasing that with their order rather than going for that other option. But of course, you want to keep an eye out on your conversion rates as well to see how that is affecting that thing, okay? One thing as well, which I will mention, that if you haven't done this already, please, if you take anything away from this video, do this now is create a reassurance email flow, because communication is key. And what I mean by a reassurance email flow, I'll show you the one that I use at the moment in time, is basically this here. And you can change these numbers as much as you kind of want, but you know, basically when someone places an order, they wait 2 weeks and then we say your order is on the way, or we can wait and then they get another email 8 days after that, you know, a week after that, saying your order is arriving soon. And then again we can do one again in another 8 days to say your order arrived, etc, etc. And all this kind of is basically just communicating the customer that everything is totally normal, their order is on the way, we're carefully packaging it, etc, etc, and reaching out to them before they reach us. And that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people you know, ask for refunds and chargebacks and stuff, because they place an order, right, and then they don't hear anything for 2 weeks, they don't hear anything for, you know, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. That's when they get a bit, okay, you know, maybe I've been scammed, right? So you want to reach out to your customer before they reach out to you, and this will decrease the amount of email support tickets that you get. Okay, so make sure you do that as well. Now, finally, I know a lot of people will say, can you still test products with AliExpress? And the answer to that is, of course, yes, you can still test products with AliExpress, but just be wary of what I mentioned inside of this video. Reach out to your suppliers and see if they can use any of those shipping lines, okay? If they can, great. If not, and you're still stuck with ePacket, then you're gonna have to communicate, set up that reassurance flow, and make those changes to your store, just to make sure that you don't find yourself in hot water. Now, one thing I recommend all of these people is have a long-term vision. Okay, do not, if you do still want your pages, your ad accounts, your merchants for Q4, then I suggest you really put into perspective of what you're kind of doing at the moment in time. For me, I'd rather have my ad accounts, I'd rather not scale like crazy now, and still have my pages, ad accounts, merchants, and all those kind of things in Q4 when we can make the bulk of our money, right? So don't worry about if you have to cut things now. At the end of the day, everyone, and it's a very unprecedented time that we are going through. So hopefully you got some value from this video. If you did and you appreciate it, then make sure you drop a like on this video. It helps out the video and helps it in the algorithm. And of course, make sure you drop a comment down below, because I'll be answering as many questions as I possibly can, and of course it helps out the algorithm and helps out the channel. So just drop a comment down below. If you haven't already got a copy of my 100% free ebook, then make sure you grab a copy of that. The link for that will be down below. Again, it's 100% free and covers pretty much everything to do with drop shipping. Hit me up on Instagram, drop me a like, drop me a DM, drop me a comment, and make sure, of course, you subscribe to the channel if you are not subscribed already. But that is it for this video. Hopefully you got some value. Most importantly, stay safe, take care, and I'll see you in the next one.